Hello, everyone. I think we're live. I think so. Come on in. Hello, I'm just waiting for my computer to start up. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sandy. Just bear with me. I'm getting my computer up and running. Just bear with me one moment. We're going to just do some leisurely cutting out of some leaves for a project that I was working on earlier today. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I'm just kind of seeing the comments as they roll past. I'm just waiting for YouTube to load. So just bear with me one moment, everyone. Hi, Gyps. I'm gonna explain in a second once everything comes up and gets loaded. I just am unable to see comments until everything gets loaded on my end. For some reason, my laptop is being super slow. Hi, everyone. And it looks like we are finally up and running. I think it's because I turned off my computer last night, and normally I do not. I don't know why I turned it off last night, but I did. So, okay. Oh, hold on. Let me turn down the volume. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, everybody. And I'm sorry to everybody that has called today and everyone that has has attempted to get a hold of me. But it's been a really rough day, to say the least. And I'm going to try to be as collected as I can for this broadcast. I think that I did enough crying earlier today and enough mourning. I know there's a lot more to come, but I did a lot of that today. So to anybody that is just hearing this for the first time and did not see a Facebook post that I posted a few moments ago, we lost Brutus Monroe today. So he had been taking a turn for the worst since we talked last about him having his incident where he fell. It's okay, Kara. I posted on my private Facebook. So thank you, Jess. So he today we got home. We went to our annual pumpkin patch. Thank you, Kim. We went to our annual, and I'm going to start popping these out while I'm chatting with you. So we went to our annual pumpkin patch extravaganza, as we do every year. And then we ran a couple of errands. We went to Sam's Club, and we went to Costco, and we went and ran a whole bunch of different errands that we needed to run. And when we got home, we thank you so much, Angela. So when we got home, we came in the house as normal, and I was carrying. We got a new garbage can. Just silly things that you do on a Sunday shopping trip. And so I was coming up the stairs, and I was greeted by Rob and Brutus, and he was holding Brutus, and he said that Brutus was, when he got in the house, Brutus was laying kind of like a slip on, would slip on the ice and was completely sprawled out. Now, a little backstory is that Brutus has had these issues in the past. He is, or was, 15 years old. He was diabetic, and he had a lot of issues because of that. So when we found him today, he was pretty banged up. So I laid him on the couch and laid with him for quite some time. And normally he would come out of these funks. Normally he would be okay. Normally he would kind of rise up out of it. But today was very, very different. So Rob had gone to the grocery store to pick some things up for dinner, and when he was gone for probably about 15 minutes, I had taken Brutus upstairs to lay down, and I was just sitting and chatting with him, and I just knew something was very different. Very, very different. To most of you that do know, or some that do not, I adopted Brutus from dog fighting. So he was unfortunately a bait dog, and what that simply means, without being too graphic, is that he was the dog that they would throw into the ring to make other dogs stronger. I rescued him at a very, very pivotal point in his life. When I rescued him, he was at a no-kill shelter, and he had tons and tons and tons of little bandages on him, and he was in really, really rough shape. So when I rescued him, I knew that I would have a lot of rehabilitation with him, and I would have a lot to do. So with that being said, he's come a long way, or he came a long way, excuse me, and he, lived a very, very, very vivacious life. And he, today was, like I said, very different. So I called Rob, called my mom, called my sister, called all my family, and, my close family, and let them know that it was time. And I called his vet and told them, that he was very sick. At this point, again, without getting too deep into it, he was not able to walk. So I tried to get him to walk. I tried everything I could, obviously, and did everything that I possibly could to get him re-mobile, or get mobile at all. And he just wasn't doing it. He couldn't do it. So we decided to take him to he did rescue me, very much so, and I'll get into that, but I don't want to get weepy. I know I have much weeping in the next couple of days, but it was almost as when we were taking him to the vet, it was just, he knew, he knew, and I knew, and I had probably about a 30-minute conversation with him as he was laying down and sleeping in bed, and told him how much I loved him and how much he's done for me, and all the things that I get good graces for, of rescuing him and taking care of him, he did for me 1,000 times over. And I, of course, thanked him for letting me use his name, because the company, after all, is named after him. And I told him that, everything was going to be okay, and, to let me know if it was time. And he let out a grunt, almost as if it was a yes, and I knew. So we took him this afternoon. I held him while he was slipping away to heaven, and it was very, very peaceful, extremely peaceful. And the thing that I think was so terrifying to me was that I thought, it's that feeling of, does he know? Does he know that this is what is, what needs to happen? Is he okay with this? Is this, and I really feel in my heart of hearts that he knew it was time, and he let me know it was time, and I could not be selfish, obviously. And I'm very, very happy that I named the company after him, because if you saw my Facebook post, I'm never gonna have to live a day without him. So that is, yes, Theo. I'm sure that as soon as he got up there, Theo, because Theodora, if you guys don't know, was my cat that passed away almost a year ago, and Brutus tormented her within an inch of her life. So he probably got up there and was like, oh my, she was probably like, okay, well, I got a year. But yeah, I mean, I just want to celebrate his life. I've been looking through pictures of him all night. He's incredible, and the thing that I think is is giving me peace, if that makes sense, is that he was there for me, when, thank you, Belinda. He was there for me when I needed him, in my darkest times, and my most questioning times of what to do next. And today, and I'll share this with you guys. I felt like, he was like, okay, Dad, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, you got it. So I do. And I, told him that I'll take it from here. And I think he believed that. And that's it. So our little Brutus Monroe is now gone, but our little Brutus Monroe will never be gone completely. It was quite interesting today when we were at the vet's office, and I had him all wrapped up, and exactly, Jess, I was wearing a Brutus Monroe hoodie, and the vet was actually quite comical, because he said, he said, I've seen a lot of people that love their dogs, and in my time, I've seen a lot of folks that, loved, beyond loved, their animals. He said, but you have taken it to a whole new level. You had a t-shirt, or he said you had a hooded sweatshirt made with his name on it. And I said, Doc, you have no idea. I said, you have no idea. I said, we have about 2,000 products that have his name on it, and the entire company is named after him. Oh, I would love that, Key Joe. I would love that. So yeah, so like I said, he is gone, but will never be forgotten. Thank you, Dee. Love you as well. But like I said, it's something that has been coming for a long time. It doesn't make it any easier, that's for sure. But for the longest time, I knew, that this day was imminent. I mean, he's survived diabetes for 4 years. Oh, awesome, Melanie. And and I'm sorry that I'm saying so much. That's what I used to do, and I got yelled at all the time whenever I was, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for your loss, Belinda. But yeah, we have a painting of him at the store. We do. We have a painting of him. And again, I'm so sorry that I'm saying that's something that I worked on by not saying in my videos, but today I'm just saying, oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, he's not going anywhere in my mind. He's not going anywhere, I don't think, in anyone's mind. But it's, it's tough, and there's no book on it being easy, and there's no, there's nothing you can study that. And you do have Brutus's pin, and I'm going to be designing a very special pin for him, that you'll be able to get, that will be in his honor, and it will be in the honor of anyone that, thank you, that we will make sure that he lives on forever. It's very, very, very strange that Chuck, our incredible illustrator, he created an amazing stamp set, probably, oh goodness, it was probably a year ago now. And one of the stamps is Brutus as an angel. And uh he has a halo on. And he is has a little halo on, and I'm almost 100% certain that that will be made into a pin, and that pin will be sold to all the proceeds, and I'm thinking of this now in my head, and I think it's definitely something we want to do. We will sell the pin to go towards canine diabetes, because again, he I mean, if it wasn't for the people that helped us at the beginning, it would be we would not know what to do. And I went onto these websites, one website in particular, that was so important to me, because I got all of the information that I needed to make sure that he would be okay and make sure that he would be safe. And they helped me a lot. So to have that of Brutus as an angel, I think would be awesome. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Longview Farm. We really were fortunate. We really were. And I knew, sorry, I'm just hopping in to make sure that I still have that image. 15 is an incredible way for a pup. Yeah, and that's what I said. It's yes, the Brutus and Friends is still available. And that's the set that has Brutus and his brother on it, which is another thing. Brutus's brother's name is Benson. Benson James, which is the jewelry line. That's what the jewelry line is named after. And he is on that. So it will be it's something that, again, like I said, he will definitely live on. And yeah. So yeah, so we will definitely have something for him that we can do. But yeah, the Brutus and Friends stamp set, what we'll do is we'll also donate from that as well. I'll send out an email. We were going to send out, or I was going to send out an email earlier today, but obviously I just had to take a moment and had to process everything. And now and actually there's one Brutus running. There's a little angel. We can put a little angel halo on, and I think that's what we'll end up doing. We'll get some pins made. I think the one of him running would probably be the best, because he unfortunately could no longer run. He really couldn't run anymore. So that was a big thing for him, was that not being able to run anymore and not being able to do normal min pin things, because min pins are very vivacious. That is something that that we'll do. Kim, it's the thing that's so crazy about it was today I wanted to be alone, if that makes sense. I wanted nothing more than to be alone, and I spent probably about a good hour alone, and exactly, Adam, and I didn't want to be alone anymore, if that makes sense. And you guys are very, very much my family. You are my family, including, you're my extended family. And thank you, Pam. And the thing that I said, because I wasn't going to come live, I did a lot of soul searching with coming live, and hoping that I could, hoping that I could speak. That was what I was most worried about, because speaking was very difficult today. But I knew I wanted to see my friends, and I wanted to see my family, which I saw my family, and they consoled me, and they, were very, very close by to me today. But I said, earlier, I talked to Rob and I said, I want to go live. I want to see my friends. And I, I was going to cut out these little leaves and get stuff done that I needed to get done, but I just don't, I feel like just sitting here and having a conversation with you would make me feel so much better. And like I said, I feel so much better now that I've had this conversation with you. And it's something that it was a conversation that I needed to have, if that makes sense. A conversation I needed to have with you guys, because obviously there is going to be a statement that will come out. You guys will be able to see, you'll see the information that comes out, because obviously the company is named after him, so it's a big thing for him to go. But yeah, he's in heaven now. And he was blind, so he couldn't see, but I know that he knew I was with him. And yeah, I mean, that it was a huge yeah, it was. Well, the thing is, I had let everyone know what was going on, as I could. And then Kara had sent me a message and said, are you going live tonight? What's going on? Because Kara's my incredible admin that takes care of all the Christopher Allen side of things. And I let her know, because I was at the point of, starting to reach out to everybody. And then I said, yeah, I need to, yeah, he could definitely, he knew, you know what I mean? Like, he knew that it was something that that needed to happen. And like I said, I had the thing that's giving me closure, I guess you could say, is that today I was able to talk with him. And I had a conversation with him, and I made peace with him, is what I will say. And we had a great conversation. I thanked him from the bottom of my heart for being so incredible and being so courageous. I mean, with what he went through, I couldn't even imagine. I don't know what he went through. I saw the aftermath of what he went through, but I didn't know. And like someone had said up above, and I can't remember because the comments were going so fast. The thing is, he was, he was my rock, and he knew that. He knew that he was my rock, and I think that he was just waiting for. I mean, it was almost like, if you're going to use my name, I want to make sure that everything is in place the way that I want it to be. I'm sorry, Angela. I didn't see what you commented, but I'm sorry as well. I'm not sure what. Let me go up. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Angela. But yeah. So that's where we're at. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and for being a part of my life. I hope in a couple of weeks' time that I will be able to be, back to normal. I can't make any guarantees of when that will happen. I can't make any guarantees of when I will be back at 100%. But I'm gonna try, because it's important to me to be back, and it's important to me to be with all of you guys. I love you guys, and I really appreciate all of you, and I appreciate how kind you've been during this broadcast, because like I said, it's been quite a hectic couple of days, and it's he slowly declined over the weekend, and it was tough. So yeah, I know and that's the thing, he'll always be uh, a, a part of my life, and I will, I'll be back. And exactly, that's the thing, Belinda. Thank you, D. That's very true, Belinda, and that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, Brutus would not want me to sulk, and Brutus would not want me to be upset, and Brutus would not want me to slow down. That's not what Brutus did, and that's why I named the company after him. He he was the strongest thing I knew. Yeah, he was the strongest thing I knew, and that is why I, you know, wanted to name something that I would hope would be, just as strong as him someday. And here we are. My little buddy. Oh, I was, oh my goodness. Oh, I will talk to you guys soon. I just like half sneezed and half like coughed, and it just didn't work right. So thank you all so much for being a part of my life. Be good to one another. Make sure to hug your little furry ones extra tight tonight for me. Benny is going to be very, very sick of me by the end of this week because I'm holding him extra close because I know that he will have a grieving process as well. Make sure to create something every day, like I always say, and always remember to create your own ending. I love you guys to pieces, and I'll see you soon.